Yay, this'll help me calm down a bit. So, what happened to you? Where did you fall from? I was escaping the place near the end of the whole thing, and I had to make a leap of faith. I jumped from higher places, but I landed badly here. Most of my injuries are actually from the debris that fell on me. Oh, but my broken arm is actually from the fall. How? I rolled to mitigate the fall, but I made a bad move and broke it. Good thing I drink lots of milk. I was under rubble for quite a bit, but luckily someone found me. Someone? I woke up in the hospital. They told me some guy brought me there. I don't know who he was, but I owe him my life. What? Nothing. You just sound, cheerful. I'm alive. Why wouldn't I be? Yeah, it was probably hellish over there. After all that happened at the bank, here I am, talking to you, being able to talk at all. Don't think too much about it. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Ow, 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 ow. How were things around here? I heard there was a huge commotion when the whole thing happened. I had to sleep here in the bar on Saturday, but I guess it could have been worse. Glad to know that. Did you contact Stella? She was on the verge of despair yesterday. Hey, Jill, I want another drink. A Bleeding Jane. Say ask for a Bleeding Jane, but is it really the best idea to give her one? No. No, it is not. It's sobering, huh? I don't think that's what we should do. Cause it's sobering, right? Well, maybe we should go for another sweet drink instead. I don't know. As I was saying, I think we should give her something sweet though. I think sweet drinks are her comfort drink. So honestly, I kind of want to give her another Blue Fairy. It's non-alcoholic. And it's, yeah, I mean, that would work. Or we could try another sweet drink. No, let's give her another Blue Fairy. This is just me taking a guess here, but I'm just gonna give her another sweet drink. And hopefully it works out. And it's the same thing, so I don't know if that's a big problem, but... One flange, all aged and mixed. I hope this goes well. Alright. Here you go. Here. Phew. Thanks. Yeah. So, how are things inside the bank? Come again? What happened inside the bank? How did you manage to get through it? I was with this nice bunch of people. Well, they were apparently nice at the very least. We tried our best to find a way out of the whole thing, cracking through the security, finding safe spots, but then, sorry for asking all that. It was obviously over the line. No, don't worry about it. It's just the analgesics are still numbing me. I'll take my leave now. Thank you for everything, Jill. Are you alright? I'm fine, I'm fine. Weren't you leaving? Yeah, I was, but, well... You know how I just said I was fine? Yeah? I'm not. So I wanted to know if you could lend me your ear for a bit. Well, I was gonna take my break. Oh, sorry. No, what I mean is that I could lend you an ear if you don't mind going to the back alley for a bit. Yeah. Please. Okay. So we're gonna talk with Say for a bit. That's good. That is good. Just feel bad for her. Alright. It is safe to keep playing. Want one? Sorry, I haven't smoked since high school. But don't mind me though. Smoke ahead. Thanks. So, why me? You're the closest friend I have nearby that isn't avoiding me, and I think I'm about to explode. Why? Because I'm afraid. I'm terrified. I'm scared. My colonel was using me when I made that errand. He saw me as the disposable pawn. Then the whole thing got closed at the bank. We were stuck there with no food or water for 3 days. I saw a man be beaten to death after he found some snack in his pocket. When I was in rescue duties, I usually dealt with collapsing buildings, fire, and that kind of stuff. But seeing people do that to other people is just... Calm down. Nobody will hurt you here. You sure? I'll make sure of it. Just take deep breaths. I can't even imagine what happened there, and truth be told, I don't want to imagine it. But it's easy to tell you bottled up everything while you were there. Is it obvious? Kind of. Well, I had to get out of there. Fear would have only gotten in the way. And besides, I made a promise to come back to... Alright, what's the deal with Stella? Nothing, I'm just... afraid? The word loses meaning after using it so much in so little time. She should have been worried sick, and I couldn't call her after I came back. I'm afraid of what she will say. She'll insult you. She looks like that kind of girl. But I'm betting all I have that she will be quickly happy that you're fine and alive. Yeah, you're right. Think about it this way. A slap or despair for what's left of her life. I wouldn't pretend to disappear, I mean... Besides, from what you tell me, you're pretty much only coming to your senses today, right? Yeah. It's weird how everything can change in such a short notice, you know? On Thursday, I was a girl doing her duties, minding only her own business. Now I'm injured and woke up to find out I can't go back to those duties. Part of me is happy. I knew full well White Knights usually did more harm than good. On the other hand, I really loved my job. Now I'm stuck with nothing to do. Yeah, I know how that is. The life changing on such short notice part. I mean, really? I would tell you why I know that, but I think you should go see Stella right now. Yeah, you're right. Speaking of which, hey, Gil. What? Do me a favor and escort Say to wherever she needs to go, please. Only if you cover my share of work. Yeah. Okay then, let's go, miss. Right. Thank you for hearing me out, Joe. Anytime. Whew. Yeah, that's the truth right there. Too much heavy stuff lately. Whew. Hope everything goes alright. I do too. Sincerely. Ah, hey, Jamie. Jamie? Jill. Gillian isn't here, I see. Are you alright? You look distracted. I'm fine. Don't worry. If you say so. Jill, where do I take 4 if he needs to use the bathroom? The cage has a small litter box included. Oh, that's convenient. 4? 4 is my cat. Some apartments in my building are being inspected today, so I brought him to work in case they enter my place while I'm gone. Ah, I see. What can I get you? The usual gut punch. Coming right up. Oh, no, my suplex is a version of the pile driver. Wait, 5 Bronsons. 1 Flanergide. 3, 4. Let's go 4. Here you go. I thought when someone ordered a gun punch, you had to make a joke about giving that client a punch to the stomach or something. Oh, that? In theory, yeah. Gil's the only one who pays attention to that, though. Really? He didn't receive proper training. He read an old manual my boss had. There was some sort of stipulation mentioning the need to say puns, but seems like it was some sort of anti-counterfeit measure. I mean, if they copied such a silly stipulation, they'd be caught in the act. Like when the dictionaries added fake words to spot if someone else copied all of it? Yep. Why not tell him that? It's too amusing, to be honest. So, what's on your mind that's distracting you so much? Nothing you should think about too much. It's like those times you just feel uneasy for no good reason. You might have actual reasons to feel that way, though. Come to think of it, mercenary is quite the uncommon occupation, wouldn't you say? I like to see what I do as bounty hunting, actually. How so? The only jobs I don't take on are those where I have to deal with people who just happen to be in the wrong place. There are some people willing to pay to off someone that has done no wrong. Things like killing someone that owns a house in the way of some building, or a nosy reporter. I'm not better for turning a blind eye to such requests, but I'm not gonna be the one dealing with those. The bounty hunter part comes where? If I'm sent to kill someone that has done something like stealing or killing, and I get paid for it, you could see it as bounty hunting. Yeah, I guess. It's just cheap justifications for killing people though. In the end, they're cheap. However, I won't be the one to kill for petty reasons like those. But let's change the subject here. I'll have something bitter if you don't mind. Huh, sure. Maybe ask for something bitter. That's a tad too broad of a category, though. Maybe something manly would be better. Well, why don't we go bitter and manly? Yeah, there it is. There's one. Suplex. By flavor bitter. Let's see what else we have. That's not manly. Pile driver is manly too. Suplex is another version of it, yeah? Suplex might be pretty cool. Actually, no, let's just go with the pile driver. Let's go 3 Bronsons, 3 Flanners, 3, 4, and let's double size this one. All mixed. Here you go, sir. Here. Ah, yes. You just reminded me of my grandpa. He used to eat Bronson roots every afternoon. He said they made him stronger. Bronson roots have more nutrients per gram than most vitamin supplements. Your grandpa knew what he was doing. It seems like I always manage to make you uncomfortable, Jill. Sorry. No, don't worry about it. Although I guess it's mostly because I can't wrap my mind around the whole taking a human life thing. Knowing you've killed people and are now talking to me here, it's weird. It reminds me of when I first took sex ed class. I couldn't wrap my mind around people doing that stuff and living normally. Unlike with sex ed, it's better that you stay that way, mind you. Taking lives is not something you should get used to. Yes, I know a good way to change the subject a bit. Would you like to hear about the most dangerous bounty hunter in the city? The way you said that was like offering a tale to a bored kid, but yeah, I'd like to hear that one. You see, there was actually a bounty hunter organization in the city not too long ago. Law enforcement would put a price on a dangerous person's head and pay for the proof of that person's death. There was a guy everyone called Jet Black James. He got the nickname because he always wore black clothes. The interesting thing was that the black clothes were there to hide the bloodstains he got from his contracts. His tracking skills were top-notch, his information network was the best. Some even joked he would finish his bounty within half an hour, or he wouldn't take the reward. He was too good, in fact. At one point he took all bounties and didn't take a single reward. He was just that crazy by then. The last bounty that the organization ever posted was on James' head. The police had him cornered. His last words were, "Send it all to my account," before shooting himself. Damn. Why hasn't that been made into a movie? So there was no more bounties after that? A registered bounty hunter was charged with many counts of manslaughter using his old targets as proof. If someone else tried to recreate the organization, the seed of doubt would grow in little to no time. What guarantee is there that such an organization wouldn't actually be a trap? They could use the registered bounties to take care of the most bothersome criminals. and then dispose of the bounty hunters by pressing charges using the targets as evidence. So, no. Jet Black James made sure that no law enforcement organization is going to be able to set up bounty hunting of any kind. Ever since then, anyone crazy enough to be a bounty hunter works independently. Were you part of that organization? I've actually had those suspicions. I'm telling you about since the day I heard such a thing exists. Glad to know I wasn't paranoid. I don't know how well you changed the subject, but that was certainly one interesting story. Yeah, that was. Just make sure you're not a rebuilt Jet Black James or something, right? The name James is pretty common, Jill. Besides, if I remember correctly, his real name was actually Theodore. Oh. That story left my throat a bit dry. Get me a beer, please. Sure, that's pretty simple. Let's give him a beer. 2 Bronsons. 2 Fenners. Let's just make it a normal beer. Here you go. One of mankind's oldest friends. Cheers. One obvious thing I see is that you don't take the use of the word kill in your stride the way Killian does. I'm not good with violence. That's good. It's interesting though, when I compare you two, it's obvious Killian has seen quite the share of traumatic stuff. That guy's a handful because of that sometimes. Still, he's one of the most reliable people I've ever met. Where is he, by the way? I asked him to keep an eye on a girl that came here earlier. I feel that if something happened, he could resolve the situation. His nose must be itching after we talked about him so much though. Yeah, maybe. Well, I've got to go. Send my regards to your boss and Gillian. Will do. Man, today's been quite heavy. Yeah, it has. This is, quite a mood change from earlier. Everyone... do we have somebody coming in? Wait. If I say it out loud, I feel like I will just tempt fate. But let's try it anyway. Everyone has just been gloomy face after gloomy face, and that dog. I sure hope the next client changes that. So you still work here? I knew it! I mean... Quite the surprise to see you here again, Mr. Ingram. Got out of my job, I needed a drink badly, and I remember this crack house was nearby. What can I get you then? I'll have a Bleeding Jane. On it. Really? Well, I guess I can get you a Bleeding Jane, sure. Doesn't really seem like something you'd want, but... Wait, I didn't... Whoop. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3... I didn't wait long enough. Here you go. Tastes just like the pasta sauce my mom used to make. Watered down, artificial, and nasty. So where do you work, Mr. Ingram? I don't have a specific job, but there's this, well, network of engineers in need of assistance. I have no idea what they do there, but I can follow instructions and that's all they need. Recently, I've been working with this Cilia girl, working on some experimental powered suits. My only duty is to give them maintenance once a day. What's that about, a network? All those nerds know each other and they recommend me. I don't ask questions and quickly learn to do whatever they need. Huh, sounds nice. It's pretty monotonous at times, though. Hey, that's most jobs, honestly. Why are you giving me that look? You're just more cheerful than the last time you came in. We all have good days and bad days. Today just happens to be a not bad day. Besides, with everyone scared shitless in their houses, the streets are clear with no traffic jams. That's always a plus. I guess. It almost became a bad day though, thanks to some teen on the way here. What did they do? It's not what they did, it's what they said. They were talking about how they should just go to Zaibatsu Corp's HQ and blow it up. I've seen one too many kids throwing around that let's kill the king attitude when it comes to Zaibatsu Corp. Even if Zaibatsu Corp's building suddenly went down, the ones behind it would still be alive. Killing the head honcho just means his or her duties go to the next rim jobber on the totem. Hell, I bet they're plotting to kill each other anyways. Kids these days see too many action films where rebels save the day by killing the corporation. Don't let it get to you. I agree though.